They'll never admit it. They'll never look you in the eyes and say, yes, that's my weakness. But every woman has emotional flaws, blind spots, hidden buttons that, when pressed, disarm everything. She may be cold, controlled, self-sufficient, but there are mental glitches that break the game. And a man who knows those flaws dominates, not with force, but with perception, with language, with presence. This is not a video about manipulation. It's about understanding the code no one ever taught you. Because while you're playing fair, some guys already know every curve of the female psyche. And now, you're gonna learn it too. Before we start, hear this. This video is going to make you uncomfortable. You might even doubt what you're about to hear. But if you're a man and you want to understand the game, stay until the end. And if you want to go deeper, the book that unlocks her mind is in the link below. And yes, it's powerful. Now let's begin. 1. Silent validation. She wants attention, but not from just anyone. She wants it from a man who looks and then looks away. The man who notices but says nothing. She feels alive when she feels she has to win you over. When you validate with silence, with posture, with lack of flattery, she gets lost in thought. Because you didn't hand her the prize so easily. And that's more addictive than any compliment. 2. Controlled disregard. Every woman feels something from a man who ignores with elegance. Not the rude, cold guy, but the man who disappears for 2 days without an excuse and comes back like nothing happened. That kind of distance, well used, triggers her chase instinct. She feels compelled to prove she's still desired. And that's when she starts chasing. 3. Emotional ambiguity. She hates not knowing how you feel. But that's what keeps her interested. You don't have to say, I like you, just give subtle signs, and then pull back. Float between presence and absence, interest and indifference. Her brain will try to figure you out, but her heart is already hooked. 4. Silent competition. Nothing crushes a woman's ego like realizing she's not the only one. You don't have to say a word. Just live, post, be seen with other women. Make it clear without saying it that you have options. She'll feel like she's losing, and a woman with a bruised ego becomes obsessed. 5. Emotional coldness temporary. Give her affection, then stop. Be sweet, then turn cold. Touch, then turn your face away. She'll try to understand what she did wrong. And in that confusion, you become her obsession. Because broken expectations create attachment. And silent attachment sticks the hardest. 6. Control frustration. A woman used to being in charge. Feels a mix of rage and desire for the man who doesn't obey. If she yells, you stay quiet. If she threatens, you walk away. If she tests you, you don't react. It disarms her. And that kind of man becomes her addiction. Because he isn't controlled. He's the one in control. 7. Emotional narrative. She clings to how you make her feel, not what you have. If you're the man who gives her chills, laughter, anger, and desire all in one night, she won't forget. Her brain gets hooked on the story, and she starts telling others about you like you're a movie character. At that point, you're the main character in her mind. 8. Soul-penetrating gaze. You don't have to say anything. A steady, calm, unhurried gaze activates unconscious triggers in her. The gaze that doesn't judge, doesn't ask, doesn't flinch. It just pierces. She feels spiritually naked. She can't explain it, but she remembers, and she'll crave it again. 9. Presence without demand. You walk into a room, and she feels it. You don't need to speak to her. You don't even need to say hi. Your presence alone says, I'm here. And that disarms her. Men who take up space with posture, silence, and confidence break down emotional walls. She might not like it, but she'll feel it. And that's all that matters. 10. Emotional forecasting. You tell her what she'll feel before she feels it. And then she feels it. That creates an immediate psychological bond. Example, I know you'll think of me tonight. She laughs, but she does. And when she realizes it, she's exactly where you said she'd be. That kind of read makes you someone who understands what no one else does. And that is dangerous. 11. Selective rejection. You choose when to reply. You choose when to touch. You choose when to speak. She asks herself, why does he react like the others? And it forces her to adapt to you, to try to please you, to chase you. Men who calmly say no, who reject the touch, who ignore at the right time, become the weakness she swears she doesn't have. And now you know. You know what no one taught you. You know what the nice guys don't know. You know what makes her obsessed without understanding why. And that is your power. But if you want to apply this with intelligence, calmness, and mastery, the book that rewires your mindset is in the description. It's not seduction. It's structure. It's real male behavioral psychology. Inside, you'll learn how not to chase, not to explain yourself, not to try to convince. You'll learn to be the man who enters in silence and leaves with her mind in his hands. Click the link, get the book, read in silence, and watch everything change without saying a word. Because a man who understands her hidden weaknesses is never the same again, and neither is she.